Welcome to the Prescott Lab Podcast, not just theory, practical science for everyone. I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott, a physician and integrative medicine researcher at the Ravenshade Institute for Human Health. Gentlemen, let me ask you something straight. When was the last time you heard the truth about masturbation? Not a joke from your buddies, not an outdated warning from decades ago, but the truth backed by real science. If you're over 60, maybe 70, you've probably heard it all. It's bad for you. It'll weaken you. You don't need that anymore at your age. And maybe in the back of your mind, you've wondered if they were right. But here's the thing, science paints a very different picture. A picture where regular healthy masturbation might not only keep your prostate in better shape, but also lift your mood, sharpen your mind, and even protect your long-term health. This isn't about being crude or chasing teenage thrills. This is about giving your body exactly what it needs to stay strong, clear, and alive. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you what decades of research, involving tens of thousands of men, actually says about how often you should be doing it, why too much or too little can both be a problem, and how to strike the perfect balance for your age and your body. And I'll warn you now, some of what you'll hear might surprise you. Before we jump in, do me, and more importantly, yourself, a favor. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now so you don't miss the kind of no-nonsense men's health advice we put out every week. And give this video a like, because every single thumbs up you give tells us this matters to you. And it gives us the fuel to make more of these episodes for men who want to take control of their health. Think of it as an investment in your own future. Now, let's start with the benefit that could quite literally save your life: how masturbation can help protect your prostate. 1. Prostate Health, the life-saving benefit. Let's talk about your prostate, that walnut-sized gland most men don't think about until it starts causing trouble. By the time a man hits 60, prostate issues are no longer a maybe. They're a when: enlargement, inflammation, and yes, cancer, which is why when I tell you that something as natural as masturbation might help protect your prostate, I need you to listen closely. This isn't just an opinion. It comes from one of the largest, most respected studies ever done on male health, the Health Professionals Follow-Up Study. Researchers tracked nearly 30,000 men for over 222,000 person-years of data. And here's what they found. Men who ejaculated 21 times or more per month, whether through sex or masturbation, had a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer. 33%. That's not a maybe difference. That's a life-changing difference. Now, why would this be? The answer is surprisingly simple and mechanical. Every time you ejaculate, you give your prostate a natural flush. Old fluids, potential toxins, microscopic irritants gone. This reduces inflammation and keeps the environment inside your prostate healthier. Over time, that means fewer problems, less congestion, and a lower chance of malignant cells taking hold. But I know what some of you are thinking: Doc, I was raised to believe this was something shameful, dirty, maybe even harmful. And I hear you. I've had men in their 70s sit in my office, eyes down, whispering about this as if they were confessing a sin. But here's the truth: biology doesn't care about old myths. Your prostate doesn't care about cultural guilt. It responds to regular maintenance. Just like your heart responds to walking and your muscles respond to lifting. Now, before you go thinking this is a free pass to overdo it, I need to be clear: there's a line. Too much can bring its own set of problems. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. The hidden risks most men never consider until it's too late. 2. The risks when it starts working against you. I wish I could tell you that more is always better. But like anything in life, there's a tipping point, and when you cross it, the benefits start slipping away. Over the years, I've sat across from countless men who thought they were taking care of their prostate, when in reality, they were creating a new problem. See, when masturbation shifts from being an occasional healthy release to your go-to way of coping with stress, boredom, or loneliness, it stops serving you. It starts owning you. Here's what happens inside your brain. Every orgasm triggers a surge of dopamine, your feel-good chemical. In moderation, it's healthy. But if your brain starts relying on that quick hit every time you're uncomfortable, stressed, or just feeling empty, it rewires itself to expect that fix. Suddenly, you're not doing it because you want to, you're doing it because you have to. That's when it stops being a choice and starts becoming a chain. And the cost? It can creep in quietly. Your mood flattens, your motivation drops, your interest in real intimacy fades. You start withdrawing from people without even realizing it. I've had men tell me they felt more tired, more irritable, even less satisfied with life, all while chasing the next release. Now, I'm not here to scare you into stopping. I'm here to help you recognize the signs before things spiral. Ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to or because I can't stand not doing it? If the answer is the second one, it's time to step back and reset. But here's the good news, there's a way to keep this part of your life healthy, balanced, and beneficial without falling into that trap. And to understand how, we need to talk about the other side of the coin. The mental and emotional benefits you can get when you keep it in check. 3. Mental health, the mind reset you didn't know you had. Let's be honest, gentlemen, when we talk about health after 60, most conversations circle around the heart, the joints, maybe blood sugar, but almost never the mind. And yet your mental and emotional state is the control center for everything else in your body. Here's where masturbation in the right context can be more than just a private act. Done in moderation. It's a natural tool your brain already knows how to use. Every time you reach climax, your brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, the same chemical trio that lights you up when you hold someone you love, accomplish a hard goal, or bite into your favorite meal after a long day. This isn't just about feeling good in the moment. Those chemicals actively lower stress hormones like cortisol, helping your body shift out of the constant low-grade tension that comes with age, bills, health worries, and let's be real, the quiet loneliness that can sneak in when the house feels too quiet. That chemical reset can make it easier to sleep, improve your mood the next day, and even make you more patient and focused. I've had men tell me that after a long, frustrating day, whether it's dealing with medical appointments, family drama, or just the weight of time itself, a simple release gave them enough relief to avoid snapping at a loved one, enough calm to enjoy their evening. That's real, practical mental health support built right into your own body. And I can't stress this enough, the line between support and escape is thin. If you start using masturbation as your main emotional outlet, you're not actually solving the stress, the sadness, or the boredom. You're just putting a warm blanket over a leak in the roof. It feels fine for a while, but the problem underneath keeps growing. That's why moderation isn't just a nice idea, it's the safeguard that keeps the benefits intact. The goal isn't to replace human connection or life's deeper joys, it's to complement them. To give your mind a healthy reset when you need it, without letting it become the only reset you ever reach for. And to understand why this reset works so well, not just for your mood but for your whole body, we need to look deeper. Deeper into the biology. Deeper into the evolutionary reason your body is wired this way. 4. Biological function, your body's natural reset button. Now, let's step back from the opinions, the taboos, and the "I heard this from my buddy back in 78 stories, and get into what your body is actually doing when you masturbate. Because the truth is, this isn't some random habit your teenage self invented. This urge has been coded into your biology for a reason. Think of your reproductive system as a workshop. Every day, it's producing new sperm, whether you're 25 or 75. Over time, if those supplies just sit there unused, they don't stay fresh. Like any stockpile, the longer it sits, the less effective it becomes. Regular ejaculation is your body's way of clearing the shelves, moving the old inventory out so the new stock is healthy and functional. That's what I call your biological reset. But there's more. Your prostate isn't just a bystander in this process, it's the machine room. Each time you ejaculate, you flush that machine, clearing out microscopic debris and reducing low-grade inflammation. If you skip that maintenance for too long, those byproducts can linger and the tissues can become more prone to trouble, swelling, discomfort, even cell changes over time. Evolution had a hand in this too. In the animal kingdom, males who could clear the pipes regularly often had healthier reproductive systems and surprisingly better chances of passing on their genes. Some researchers believe that ejaculating before intercourse can even improve the quality of the remaining sperm, giving it a competitive edge. Now, I'm not saying you need to think like a wild elk in mating season, but your body is still wired with those same survival blueprints. And here's the part I think a lot of men forget. Even if you're past the point in life where you're thinking about fatherhood, your body still benefits from this system working well. A clean, well-maintained machine tends to perform better in all its other functions, from urinary health to sexual response. So when you feel that urge, don't just write it off as some leftover instinct from your younger days. Recognize it for what it is, a sign that your body is doing exactly what nature designed it to do. The real question now is, how often should you be hitting that reset button to keep your prostate and your mind in their best shape? Science actually has a number, and we're going to break it down next. I've ideal frequency, the science-backed sweet spot. So how often is enough? How often should a man over 60 be hitting that biological reset button to get the benefits without tipping into the risks we talked about earlier? Let's go back to the same gold standard research we discussed in the prostate section, the health professionals' follow-up study. When they crunched the numbers on nearly 30,000 men, the sweet spot wasn't just a vague, regularly. It was a number. 21 times a month, that's about 5 times a week. Now I can already hear some of you saying, 5 times a week, doc, I'm not 20 anymore. And I get it, that number is an average, not a rule written in stone. The point isn't to hit 21 exactly like it's a gym rep count. The point is regularity, enough activity to keep the system flushed, the inflammation low, and your mood and hormone balance steady. For some men, that might mean a little more. For others, a little less. The important thing is this, it's not just about your prostate. Every time you ejaculate, you trigger a healthy dopamine release, reduce stress, and support better sleep, all of which matter more than ever as you age. That's why the men in the study who maintained that level of activity didn't just have better prostate stats, they reported feeling better overall. But here's where I want you to be smart. If you find yourself pushing that frequency just to hit the number, or if you're using it as your only stress relief, you're missing the point. This is about balance, not obligation. A healthy sexual rhythm should work with your life, not take it over. The best measure isn't a calendar or a tally mark, it's how you feel. If your mood is steady, your energy's good, and you're comfortable in your own skin, you're probably right where you need to be. And if you're not sure, that's what your doctor's for, which brings us to the bigger picture. Because beyond the numbers, beyond the science, there's a truth most men don't talk about, and that's the guilt, the shame, the decades of old messages we've been carrying around about this part of our lives. And that's exactly what we need to clear up before we wrap this up. 6. Bottom line, the truth without the guilt. Here's the bottom line, gentlemen, masturbation is not your enemy. It's not a moral failing. It's not a sign you've lost control. When practiced in moderation, it's one of the simplest, most natural ways to support your prostate health, steady your mood, and maintain your overall quality of life as you age. I've spent over 3 decades working with men from all walks of life, veterans, truck drivers, CEOs, grandfathers who have seen more than most people can imagine, and I've seen the same pattern over and over. The science is there. The benefits are real, but the guilt is what eats away at them. Many carry beliefs planted when they were teenagers, beliefs that if they touched themselves they were weak, dirty, or less of a man, and those beliefs stuck even as their bodies changed and their needs evolved. But biology doesn't care about shame. Your prostate doesn't care about outdated rules. What it does care about is whether you keep it healthy, whether you manage inflammation, whether you give it the regular maintenance it needs to serve you for the rest of your life. So stop thinking about this in terms of right or wrong and start thinking in terms of healthy or unhealthy. Are you using it to enhance your well-being or to hide from your life? If it's the first, you're on the right track. If it's the second, it's time to take a step back, reassess, and bring it into balance. You have the power to make this a positive, life-supporting part of your routine without guilt, without secrecy, without shame. And once you understand that, you're ready for the most important shift of all, embracing this knowledge not just as information, but as a tool for living your best years with confidence. 7. Conclusion. Gentlemen, we've covered a lot today, from the science of prostate health to the mental benefits to the ideal frequency and yes, even the risks. But if there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this: masturbation in moderation is a natural, healthy part of being a man. It's not something to be whispered about in shame. It's a tool, one your body has carried with it since the beginning, to keep you well, balanced, and alive. As you get older, the world will try to tell you that certain parts of life are behind you, that you're supposed to slow down, expect less, accept decline, but your body and the science tell a different story. You have the ability to maintain your vitality, your confidence, and your connection to yourself for as long as you choose to take care of it. And here's the truth, that choice is yours. Not your neighbor's, not society's, not the voice in your head that echoes things you were told 50 years ago. Yours. You get to decide whether you treat this part of your health as a burden or as a gift. So if today's conversation opened your eyes, if it challenged something you've been told, or if it simply reminded you that your health is worth protecting, let me know. Drop a comment below, even if it's just the number 1, to tell me this was worth your time. And if you disagreed or think I missed something, type 0 and share your perspective. I read every single one. And before you go, hit that like button. Not for me, but for the thousands of other men who will find this video because you told the algorithm it mattered. Every thumbs up is fuel for us to bring you more honest, practical science that actually serves you. And subscribe so you never miss an episode, because what we're building here is more than a channel. It's a community of men who refuse to give up on their health, no matter their age. Until next time, take care of your body, honor your needs without guilt, and live every day with the quiet confidence of a man who knows exactly who he is.